Hello everyone, Flamebot here, and let me first off by saying sorry for the little absence lately. Things have been a lot. First off, on the week where I only uploaded on like Sunday and Tuesday or something like that, the only reason there's videos for only those days was because I had pre-recorded those videos before the weekend essentially, and my manager ended up getting me sick and I caught the cold that she had, so I got sick for like a week, so I couldn't record for the rest of that week. And then life just kind of got busy, and I've also been thinking about life in general a lot lately, so that's kind of been paralyzing me in an unhealthy way. So I kind of just been struggling a little bit lately, but hopefully I'm back now. But unfortunately, there's only going to be this one video for today, Wednesday, for this week. But next week I should have videos uploaded for every day, if not definitely Tuesday through Thursday. But yeah, hopefully my little hiatus, little absence is done and over with. But yeah, I've just been struggling with a lot lately, and there's just a lot going on nowadays, you know. For anyone living in the US, you get it. But yeah, so anywho, I figured I was planning to vent to you guys a little bit, but the problem is I'm terrible at multitasking. When I'm playing something, I'm totally focused on it. But yeah, so today I decided to take the chance and play Magic the Gathering. This is Magic the Gathering Arena. Some of you might be familiar with it, some of you not. But Magic the Gathering is a trading card game. The easiest way I like to explain it is basically if like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh combined in a way, honestly. But yeah, no, Magic the Gathering is one of my favorite, probably one of my most favorite things in the world, honestly. It's my most favorite card game. I love it a lot. I love the whole diversity in it and the mechanics and everything. But yeah, so I'll try to explain as much as I can while playing it for those that don't know about it. But otherwise, I figured might as well chill, hang out, play some Magic the Gathering, chat, catch up, do whatever. But I am going to try to do these missions. So in Magic the Gathering, if you don't know, there's 5 different colors, which is red, black, blue, green, and white. And those are like all the different colors that like the cards come in, essentially. Let me see, this is the probably easiest way to explain it. So you have decks. The format that I like to play is called Commander, but it's on Arena, it's called Brawl. But essentially for this one you have, let me see, which one do I want to show off? Why not this one? So in Commander you have a deck that's filled with 100 cards, and one of them is known as a legendary creature, which is your commander. It's basically a card that you keep off to the side. That's your special card, and you have a 99 deck that you shuffle and draw cards from. So at the beginning of the game you draw 7 cards, and then the way the game plays out is you play these things called lands, which I'm scrolling to the bottom for. I guess I could just do this. There we go. You have these things called lands, and the nice thing about Magic, which I really like, is all the different artworks that come out with it. So lands, you can only play 1 a turn unless you have a card that says otherwise, but you play down a land once a turn, and these lands are used as resources. They're what's known as called mana. So if you see this little guy down here, if you look in the top right corner, there's that little, they're known as pips, but there's the little red symbol and then 2, just the number 2. That number 2 means you can use any colored mana, whether it's red, white, green, blue, is that black? There we go, that's what I'm missing. And then the little red circles are the red mana, which are known as mountains. So each land type, there's like special lands that you can get that aren't the usual lands, like these ones. Let me show an art that says it. These are known as basic lands. They're basically the essential pieces that you need to play Magic. There's other special lands that just say lands, but they usually have like extra stuff. Like this one, you're able to get 6 mana if you pay 4 into it. I'm not going over that one. This one lets you turn this land into a creature. That one lets you tap for 2, essentially. You either choose red or whatever color you decide to announce. This one enters tapped unless someone has less than 13 life. So in Magic, the point of the game is to bring your opponent down to 0 life. But that's also not the only way of winning. There's other ways of winning too. You can make someone lose their whole deck by putting in the graveyard or something known as exile, which if you play Yu-Gi-Oh, it's basically like the shadow realm, if you will. And then you can also, like, there's a special thing called poison counters too, where if someone has 10 of those, they lose the game instantly regardless of how much life they have left. And there's also a bunch of cards that just like say that you win the game once you hit this prerequisite. But yeah, so these lands are, I don't think it'll show me the rest of them just because I'm not in a, there we go. Can you just show me the basic ones? Okay, but yeah, see, these are all the basic lands. You got plains, island, swamp, mountain, forest. So you use those to be able to cast things, and the more lands you have, the stronger things you can cast, plus the more things you can cast, because some things are like cheap in the mana cost, like you need 2 mana to cast that thing, and then some things are a lot more. Like this one is 6. It's 2 plains because it's white symbol in the corner, and then 4 whatever else because of the number 4 with no color specified. Boop. Wait, hold on, cancel. But yeah, so the format I like to play is Commander, where you have one special card as like your head guy, your big honcho, if you will. And he just stays off to the side, and you can cast him as many times as you want, but each time he goes back into his little, like, I guess you can call room, or like pedestal even, he costs more, or they, because you can have, I say he because like guy I was looking at was a he, but there's people that are duos and cards and whatnot, and then there's also Final Fantasy set that came out, so I have Vivi and Black Waltz number 3. So yeah, that's just a little rundown. Is it a very good explanation? Probably not. I'm a terrible teacher, I'll say that now. But yeah, that's a little rundown of Magic the Gathering, and I'm gonna go ahead and play our match. So I'm gonna choose my fishing deck. I really like this deck. It's blue and green, and usually those colors, blue is like countering stuff and green's like big creatures. These two colors basically, they can either counter and make big creatures, or they can also be used to make like a bunch of tokens and stuff. So this deck, my commander makes it so I can pay a blue mana to, and also, by the way, before I forget, lands are known as mana. That's the resource they produce when you tap them. You have to tap things to be able to use them in this game, basically. Alright, so let's see. This opening hand is ultimately not that great, but for the fact that I have... Oh, wait, that doesn't... For the fact that I have Scrawling Crawler and Reliquary Tower in my opening hand, I think I'm going to keep it. Typically with 2-color decks, when you're playing Commander, you don't want to keep an opening hand that... I'm going to play blue. I like to play... If I have a blue land, I'll always play it first, just to keep my opponent on their toes. Because with blue mana, you never know if someone's holding a counter or something. It's always tricky. But anyways, wow, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, with 2-color commanders, you typically want to keep a hand that has both colors. Like, you want a basic land... Like, for me, I would want to keep a basic land that's green and blue in my hand. I wouldn't normally want to keep just one color land in my hand. But that's the fun thing about Magic, is that there's always a risk to take, you know? And there's a possibility that... Okay, cool. Are you gonna bounce it? Oh no, even worse. Okay, see, this person played a spell, and So this person played an instant. An instant means you can play at any time. Enchantments, creatures, planeswalkers, artifacts can only be played during your turn. Unless you have something that says otherwise, you can only play them during your turn. Now, this person played an instant, which made it so they killed my... it says destroy target artifact or enchantment, but since my creature is also an artifact, that spell was able to blow it up, unfortunately. I'm gonna cast that. You're not gonna be casted out for nothing. Although, I guess I'm gonna want to count you out soon. Okay, so the artifact that I just played is called Midnight Clock. This is... a lot of people think this is a very powerful artifact, and in my opinion, I think so too. It's 3 mana that is an artifact that lets you get blue mana from it if you tap it. But, so, as you can see, this thing is like pinging off things. It's getting these things called counters. And this thing has special counters where once I hit it gets 12 counters on it, I shuffle my hand and graveyard back into my library and get a whole new hand, essentially. But then I have to exile that, which is unfortunate, but it happens. Ah, jeez Louise, I don't know what to do. This guy's bugging me. I guess I'll play Volo. So Volo, if you're familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, yeah. But Magic the Gathering had a Dungeons and Dragons set that came out. They've been doing a lot of collaborations, which they called Universes Beyonds, where they'll go to different like genres. Like one of the newer sets that are coming out is Spider-Man, and I think it's later this year. But they're gonna do a Spider-Man set. So they've been doing different collaborations. They've done collaborations. Well, I was gonna say different collaborations with other people, but Dungeons and Dragons is made by Wizards of the Coast, so they kind of did their own thing there. I don't want to lose Volo yet. Because what does he do? Whenever you cast a spell that doesn't share a creature type with a creature you control, or a creature card in your graveyard, you copy that spell. My only issue is right now is that all my things in hand are just... Oh, Brainstorm. Don't mind if I do. Draw 3 cards, and then put 2 cards on the top of my library in any order. I think I'll put that back, and I guess the Conqueror's Galleon. I want to draw the Conqueror's Galleon first. And I'm so sorry, but I have not explained anything. Okay. No, I should do this person. And then Volo's probably going to make a... Oh no, because she's a human, I'm not going to get a copy because Volo exists as a human on the field. Okay. I told you, I'm a terrible teacher. Also, unfortunately, MTG Arena is kind of fast-paced when you're playing against people because it has timers. If you see in this bottom left corner, that lets you know how many timers I have, which I have 2. So if I take too long, there'll be a blue line in the middle of the screen here that starts like shrinking, if you will, going from the right side of the screen to the left. That's telling me that the time's running out, that I need to be quicker with my turns. And then if that first line depletes, then I'll get a second line that keeps moving. I'm gonna kill this guy. Wait, hold on, what do you do? Yeah, I'm just gonna kill that guy. I'm gonna die! I was not paying attention to my life. So, typically in the game of Commander, you get 40 life, but in this format called Brawl, for some reason on Arena, you only get... What the heck do I want to do? I'm gonna lose. Yeah, I know. Choose a legendary permanent you'll keep, all others will be sacked. I thought I made a... No. Okay. So I thought I was gonna be able to do something, because my commander revolves around paying a blue mana and sacrificing this thing called Food, which is like a token artifact that lets you pay 2 mana into it, sacrifice it, and gain 3 life. But he lets you pay 1 mana to sacrifice a food to be able to draw a special card from his own little deck, if you will, and then it gives you mana to be able to play that spell. So when you're playing MTG Arena, if you're unfamiliar with a card or ability that it has, it shows it on the side, but if you need something bigger to look at it, you can right-click on a card, and it'll give you more in-depth look at it. So if I right-click on my commander, I can see all the different creatures I could possibly pull from him when using his Sacrifice a Food ability. But anywho, I unfortunately have to start killing people here, because if I don't block, I'm gonna die. Which is unfortunate. Typically, you never ever want to block with your commander. But I unfortunately have nothing else I can really do. Oh wait. It's only 1. Okay. So this creature, it has X in its mana value, which that means you pay. So first off, you have to pay these 2, which is blue and green, but the X means you can put in any amount of mana you choose into it, and usually it has a different payoff. So for like the Goose Mother, when it enters with X counters on it, which means, oh, it's not a blue line, it's a red line. Why did I think it was blue? But it enters with X counters, meaning however much mana you put into it, which I'm going to pay 4 using all my mana. It's going to enter with 4 +1/+1 counters on it, and then I also create half the number of food tokens. Only problem is I'm not going to be living. And then whenever he attacks, I can sacrifice a food, and if I do, I draw a card. Only thing is I never do that. What is this thing? Hardened Bonds. Whenever a +1/+1 counter is put on a creature you control, seek a card. That card perpetuated gets +1/+1. Okay. So on MTG Arena, they have their own, I don't know if I would call it a format or a set, but essentially, you see that little A symbol? That symbol represents the set that the card's from. Each one has its own symbol to represent what set it's from. That symbol is known as Alchemy, which is something that's MTG Arena exclusive, essentially. So there's a lot of cards that, not a lot, but there are cards that they create on here. I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't like your attitude. I'm sure you are. I'm gonna tap this, I guess. Alright, so I have 5 mana, 6. Gonna play my commander back out. Use his ability to sack a food. And then this person's most likely gonna swing next turn. Ooh! This guy's kind of cool because whenever I draw a card, I can pay mana, 1 mana of any color, to put a +1/+1 counter on him and get a 1/1 creature. Boop. Which the more creatures you have, the better, because the more creatures you have means the more blockage you have, but also the more attacks you have. So each turn has a... Well, I'm just going to go simple. So each turn has a main phase, a combat phase, and a second main phase, which basically means main phase, you get to play a land, you get to cast spells that... Yeah, you get to cast spells, and that's about it, aside from whatever else the card says you can do. And then the combat phase is you would decide whether or not you want to attack your opponent, and if you attack your opponent, then you tap each creature that you're going to swing at your opponent with, and then your opponent gets to decide which creatures they want to block with, if they even choose to block. Some people, they choose not to block. And then damage will go through. And yeah, so I never described the creatures. So this one's 6/6, that one's 4/5. So what does these numbers mean in the corner? You let me get off with that? Okay, that person let me draw a new hand. Oh. Yeah, I forgot. You let me do that, so now I'm gonna make 7 creatures, or at least as much as I can. I had enough for 6. Well, okay, that's good. Let's see, what, unless you control, okay, this is probably the best thing to play at the moment. And I guess I'll take my luck with sacking that. Sorry, I really want to explain things a little bit better to you guys, but I can't cast any of these things with... Oh, wait, affinity for tokens. I don't have any tokens out. Whenever a token enters, tap token... Huh. I guess I'll take this guy. My only issue... Oh, wait. Wait. Oh, affinity for tokens! Oh, I can actually cast him because I have all these tokens. Nice. What else could I possibly do? I can't. As much as I want to fly over and hit this person, I kind of need all the blockers I can get. Ha 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 ha! What do I want to tap? What do I want to tap? This guy. Oh, dang it. So anyways, back to the numbers. So these numbers in the bottom right corner, the one on the left represents its power. That's how much damage the creature's going to do. And the number on the right is known as its toughness. That's pretty much its life. So this creature is a 4/5, meaning that it'll deal 4 damage, and it can also take 5 damage. So that's what those numbers mean. And if you're curious on what that blue wording is, that's the ability, as you can read. It's called Hexproof, and as it says on the next to the card, when something has Hexproof, it means that it can't be the target of spells or abilities an opponent controls. So like that. So basically anything you cast from your hand, like anything you spend mana to play from your hand, is known as a spell. There are some cases where spells have abilities that you can use to play from your hand, but it doesn't count as a spell. It counts as activating an ability. There's not a whole lot of cards that do that. There was like one whole set that had it, known as like Coriolera Behemoths. I believe the Mutate ability was an activated ability, if I remember correctly. No, I think it counted... No, wait. I need to look back into it, actually. I think I'm wrong about what I just said. I think... Does this person have anything that is like... You know what? Leave that tapped again. Having a hard time with this right now. What do I have in hand? Flying. Destroy target. Enchantment. Draw a card. Create a food token. I feel like drawing a card and creating a food token so I can tap 2 things. Draw a card and create a food token. I'll also play this too. Okay, now I'll let you get it. Wait, what does this do again? Oh wait, but if no, because they're just gonna copy what I chose. I believe so. I don't think they can choose to play something. Oh, this sucks. I didn't know this guy was gonna have so much stuff pop off. Ugh. How unfortunate. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. The thing that slumbers. That's not good. Okay, I am now just... I'm pretty sure they only get a copy of the thing, yeah. I got worried because I chose... So this card has different modes you can choose from, essentially, as it says. And I chose to draw a card, create a food token. But my opponent has this thing that unless I pay 2 mana, they get to copy whatever I cast. As in, whatever instant sorcery I cast, they get to copy. Which I was really worried about, that they were going to be able to just choose whatever mode. Like, instead of getting the one that I chose, I thought they were going to be able to choose for whatever. Oh wait, what's happening? Wait. Did I already target that guy? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I know, I'm trying to be quick with my moves. I'm trying to go faster here. Okay, gonna put down... Wait, what's happening? Yeah, I'm gonna put down a land for turn. I'm gonna put that thing down. Although I probably should have just fetched something from my thing. Oh well. Why'd you return that guy back to your hand? I have enough people to be able to fly over and hit this guy. Nah. So if you're curious on why that guy was flashing, it was just showing me that these creatures didn't untap because that guy had done something to make it so they didn't untap during my opponent's untap step. So at the beginning of a turn, so before your main phase, you have something called... Oh, what is it called? I guess you could call it pre-main phase, which is known as untap, where you untap everything you control. I have no choice but to... Oh no. Don't tell me you're going to play a board wipe. Oh dear. Wait, what the heck is this? For each number between 1 and X, conjure a duplicate of a random creature card with mana value... With that mana value on the battlefield, X can't be 0. Oh no! Oh, wait, it's just random? That's... What? Oh no! Oh no! Alright, so that person just made it so they just made a bunch of creatures because of this one spell. For each number between 1 and X, they made... Wait. Conjure a duplicate of a random creature card. Oh. So this person paid 25 mana to get 25 different creatures where their mana value were each different. So he got a creature with 1 mana value, 2 mana value, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, he got Emrakul. That sucks. So this person is well known... Not person, this thing. This thing is well known in the Magic universe. It's a big, bad, like... think of it as a, Dang it, what's Cthulhu classified again as? It's... Oh man, I forget what it's called. But this species in Magic the Gathering is known as Eldrazi. Everyone hates the Eldrazi, or at least like play against them, because they're really powerful cards. So this card, for example, we're gonna ignore that first sentence. The second sentence is what's really problematic. When you cast it... Oh wait, he didn't cast it. I don't think he casted it, he just conjured it. Which I think conjured... It's just a card added to the game. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so it's really... That's not why I meant to hit. So what's really dangerous about this card is right here. When you cast this spell, you gain control of target opponent during that player's next turn. After that turn, that player takes an extra turn. So basically what that means is that when this person casts this card, which thankfully they didn't, the card just came into existence, so he doesn't get that ability trigger. But essentially what it means is that when you go ahead and spend the mana and cast it, you gain control of your opponent, and what that means is you see their hand and you take their turn for them. So they can play whatever they want, they basically just play the game for you for that one turn. I really hope I have a board wipe or something coming up, but I don't think I do, which is really unfortunate. Oh no, Tifa's ridiculous right now. Good thing you don't have anything to give Tifa haste, do you? Because if you do, that would be very unfortunate for me. Speaking of upkeep, if you control 10 or more snow permanents, sacrifice Slumber to get the Black Avatar. Yeah, that's gonna suck. At the beginning of the upkeep, so next turn that guy is gonna... so this thing's gonna become a 20/20 flying indestructible. So flying is a ability that creatures have where if it has the word flying, it can't be blocked except by creatures that have flying or another text known as reach, which reach is essentially makes it so any creature that doesn't have flying can block a creature with flying. And an indestructible, as it says there, effects that say destroy don't destroy a permanent with indestructible, and if it's a creature, it can't be destroyed by damage. It just means that basically it can't die, and the only way to get rid of it is either by returning it to the person's hand, library, or using something that's known as exile. And like I said earlier, exile is kind of like the Shadow Realm for the Magic universe. Which some things do let you get stuff from exile back, or even let you play stuff from exile, but typically when you exile something, it doesn't come back. Alright, so this guy is clearly gonna win. I could technically forfeit. That's my friends list. Oh, it's up here. I could technically do something called concede, which is known as forfeiting. But I don't, because I like to see the game all the way through, but also there's usually like achievements people are trying to complete. 3 timers? Oh, I probably would have had 3 if I didn't use one. Wait, did I use one? I didn't use one. But yeah, so like for me right now, I'm trying to complete daily achievements of... I wonder if this person has like a... Probably have a spell to trick me. And I'll just throw one of these little tentacle guys. They might have something to save their creatures that I just don't know about or haven't paid attention to. Oh no, something had trample! Oops. Okay, so I clearly didn't pay attention to something and I lost the game. Did something have trample and I didn't realize it? Or did this person have something that made it so whatever damage was dealt to their creatures I took back in turn? At the beginning of your end step, each player discards their hand. What the heck? So I had... Wait. No. I have no idea what killed me. Until end of turn... I don't know why I just lost. That was weird. Why did I lose? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there's something I'm not noticing. But I should not have lost that. Oh well. So, that was Magic the Gathering Brawl. Sorry if it was a little confusing. And again, I really apologize for the little absence. Things have just been kind of rough lately, but hopefully I'm getting out of it and I can start going back on that grind. I might have to cut down doing a video a day back down to 3, maybe even 5 videos if I can. I really want to do uploading videos every single day, but unfortunately with the way quote life is unquote, it's just a little difficult and it gets a little hard sometimes, and I'm trying my best to take care of my mental health and have a good mentality, but with everything that's going on in the world, it's a little difficult at times, you know. But yeah, on that note, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Hopefully I showed something interesting. Hopefully it was entertaining at the very least. I just wanted to really make a video for you guys to let you know what's going on. I'm still here. Everything's fine. It's as good as it can be, but I'm just struggling right now, more mentally than anything else, but things have just been a struggle. But yeah, on that note, I hope you all enjoyed this video in some way, shape, or form, and I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video. Alright, bye, take care now.